Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com, and I'm back with another dash cam review. You say, oh god, another dash cam review. Why are you reviewing so many dash cams? And I kind of have reviewed a lot of them, and I was kind of getting sick of them, but this one's a little bit more unique. It's a much higher end dash cam, so I was kind of intrigued with all its features. It's made by a company called Thinkware, and rather than a lot of these really cheap Chinese dash cams that I've been looking at, this one goes for probably twice or three times the price of some of them. This one's a model goes for $299, so it's kind of what they go in a different class of dash cams, quite high end. The company did send it out for free for review, so there's your disclaimer for that. I thought because it has so many features to go through that I would split this video into two parts. So part one here is going to be kind of going through all its different features, and then we'll hook it up in my truck here and have a quick demo of it. And then in part two I'll come back with a kind of a review after I've been able to use it a while and see if it actually works as well as they claim. So it's starting off at this is the dash cam itself, and one thing I like about it already is it's very sleek. Mounts to your window like this, so it's really easy to kind of hide up in the window. It doesn't really look like a dash cam hanging down. Like, you know, I've been using the Acaso dash cam. I had a Garmin prior, and they pretty well, you know, obviously are there and kind of hang down, where this one kind of tucks away. There's your lens there. It's got a what they call a 2K 1440p resolution, which is quite good. You get a nice clear picture out of it. 30 frames per second, and that's a Sony 5.1 megapixel lens, and it also has very good night vision out of the Sony. I think they're a Starvis lens. And also, I didn't get the kit that includes the other piece, but you can see there's a couple holes there. One is the power, and one is for connecting a rear camera. So this thing can also have a rear camera connected to it. That's sort of a different kit. Anyway, I like the look of it. It has a rubbery feel to it. And then on here we got several buttons. We got a mute button for the audio, format, Wi-Fi, on off, and then a manual record. And then there's a few LEDs there, GPS record and Wi-Fi. Down here looks like we have the speaker, and then on the front there's a row of LEDs there. So what kind of features does it have? Well, it's can Wi-Fi hotspot, which a lot of them do. Comes with a 32 gigabyte SD card included with it. It also has a parking hardware kit right there, and if you hardwire it into your vehicle, it has a bunch of different parking features that are activated when it's hardwired like that. I'll get into them in a sec. And also has forward collision warning on it. It has front vehicle departure warning. It has lane departure warning. And then it has speed and red light camera warnings. So quite a bit of active driving warnings for you that a lot of dash cams don't have. And then one of the big features of this model is you can set it up through a hotspot, like you could hotspot your cell phone or a hotspot device, and then it would actually connect to the Thinkware cloud. And then up in the cloud, you can go to it from anywhere and kind of get a live view of what's happening in the vehicle. You could kind of geofence the vehicle, so you get an alert if it was coming into a certain area or leaving a certain area. Also, you could have a notification if there was an accident. So this is quite popular with fleet vehicles, where someone's got 6 or 7 trucks that people are driving, or, you know, as a business, or people have kids. They give the kids the car, they can get on their cell phone and see where the vehicle is and actually get a live view going out the front of it, stuff like that. So very sophisticated in that way. But of course you're going to need to leave a hotspot or a phone in the vehicle for that to happen. and then of course there's going to be data charges that apply, but I'm going to try to set that up. I'm also going to hardwire it so that I can look at all the parking features. I can do a time lapse in parking mode. It can do a live recording in parking mode, or like a lot of the others do, if the vehicle is bumped or anything like that, it will alert you and also record that accident. So if you're in a mall parking lot and someone comes and hits your car or anything, it also can be set to turn on for motion. So if it senses, you know, someone coming anywhere close to your vehicle when it's parked, it'll automatically record that footage for you. So kind of a lot of nifty features if you set it up with the hardwired kit. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's install it. I've already actually installed the plate, but there's a plate that it slides into that you glue to the window, and it comes with like a 3M tape pad, and then you just stick it to the window, and that stays there, which is nice because then this thing, you can take it with you if you don't want it stolen, or if you want to take this in to do whatever remotely. You don't have to have it. And if you don't want to hardwire it in, there is a cigarette lighter socket cord that you can run up there instead. They give you a little manual. It's kind of a quick start manual, but this is part of what you pay for, I guess, is really good support. It has North American support. It has a North American website. It has a North American number to call on it. Also the camera, I noticed, I was looking at it here, it said this one made in Korea, so it's not a Chinese product. It's actually a Korean company that makes this, I guess. So like I said, there's a little pad that sticks on with 3M tape, and then there's some notches in it that you put the camera on. Let's find it. There we go. And just slides into those. So it's easy to just pop on and off out of the car. Then over here, this thing twists and you can set up your view alignment. So let me just power it on so I can show you that. There we go. So there's a live view right now. And you can see there's these grid lines. So when you're mounting that plate and adjusting the lens, they help you get a good view. It says here, align green line with the front edge of the hood. That's really as close as I could get that, in the blue line in the center. I guess that'll help with its other active driving alerts if you get it aligned quite properly there. So like I said, for power, they do provide 12-volt lighter socket plug that you can plug in, and plenty of wire so you can run it through your dash and up to the dash cam. But if you want to unlock some of the cool parking monitor features, you want to hardwire it in. Now the cable that they gave me wasn't too long. It's kind of designed for a vehicle that has its fuse box all underneath the dash. In my truck, it's all up front in the engine bay. So they do have an extension kit, and normally a person would run that into your fuse area, and you would pick a constant power fuse and a one that's intermittent, like when the ignition is turned on. They call it ACC, so it's only on when the engine is on. That way the thing can tell when you're in parking mode, and it can get into battery saving features. Now the dash cam does have battery saving features, and it also has battery protection features where you can set a voltage that if your battery gets too low, your vehicle battery, then the thing will just shut the dash cam down so that you don't get it drained so far you can't start your vehicle anymore. Another option is to use an external battery. I think they sell one as well, but I'm going to utilize this Noco booster that I have. It can power 12 volts out of it, and the dash cam takes very little power. I think it's somewhere between 2 and 4 watts, so this thing should be able to power it for quite a while. And that way I don't have to worry about wiring it into my actual truck system. So anyway, I've just kind of cobbled together a thing here for test. There's the lighter socket coming out of the power box. And then I've gone in and I've wired the constant power and the ignition power. And I put a switch to simulate if I was turning the vehicle off. So when I want to go into parking mode, I'll just turn that off, and that'll disable that ACC line and put the dash cam into parking mode. So let's just give her a try. Turn on the box first, and then my dash cam should come on, and it does have a voice recording, so it'll come on and it'll talk to me, tell me that it's turning on, and when it gets its GPS underway.
Continuous recording will now start.
There we go. Nice lady voice. And then the GPS will come on and tell me that it's connected to the GPS satellites.
GPS connected.
There we go. So now I'd be driving around, and it would be continuously recording my driving and any incidents, and giving me alerts for lane changes and all that kind of good stuff. Then I would come and park my vehicle, and this will simulate me turning the key off in the ignition. So that'll tell the dash cam, okay, he's turned his car off, and now we're in a parking lot, or your driveway.
Parking recording will now start.
There we go. Thanks, ma'am. So that's all there is to do, is setting up the power. So I think this would be a great thing to do, is to have the parking monitor stuff, because you get some of those cool features like motion detection or time-lapse recording, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's go into the app and have a look at what the app looks like. That's actually how you view your dash cam and adjust it, because this one doesn't actually have a screen on it at all. So you download the Thinkware app, Thinkware Cloud, from either the iOS or Play Store. I have a Android here. And then you turn on there's a button you press on the camera itself, and it will turn on the Wi-Fi, and then it'll say connect to Thinkware. And so I connect to the Thinkware access point that it creates. Then we'll turn on the app. Here's the Thinkware Cloud here. And you'll be presented with a screen like this, say connected to Wi-Fi. So you can look at the live view through that. So a quick look there. And there's the live view, what the camera's showing. So let me just go through all the different things you can do in this app. Okay, so we'll start with dash cam settings here. Gives you a memory card settings, so you can format the card, etc. Camera settings, you can have brightness, front camera, rear camera, dark, mid, bright, or rotate rear camera. Record settings, so continuous mode, incident recording sensitivity. So if you get in an accident, you have different levels of sensitivity you can set. Super night vision, you can have it during continuous mode, parking mode, or continuous and parking, or disable. Parking mode, so this is the fancy features that I have. I have it set for time lapse, but there's energy saving and motion detection. Impact sensitivity in parking mode, different levels of how hard the vehicle needs to be hit. Motion detection sensitivity, so that's different sensitivity to how much motion would happen, and it would start recording. And then I have a different record timers here, 3 hours all the way to 72 hours. I set it for 48 hours for now. And then you can see here battery protection. So I just have it enabled right now. If it gets below 11.8 volt, then it'll stop the dash cam. And we go into let's record settings. Road safety settings. So I have it enabled for safety cameras, enabled for mobile zone alert. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. Safety cameras is like a red light camera or a speeding camera, I guess. A vehicle type, I have it set to truck, but there's sedan and SUV. Initialize ADAS, I guess that's the initialized ADS calibration will be performed in continuous recording mode during vehicle operation. Okay, we'll initialize that. So here's the different driving warning features. Here we have lane departure warning, so you can set high, medium, low. Same with there's also the speed. You can set it to alert you if you're going too fast, I guess. Forward collision warning, same thing, low, medium, high. Low speed front to, I guess that's if you're going to be in a crash, it warns you before you hit something. And then we have front vehicle departure warning. So that's to set up all your different warnings that it can pick up. System settings, you got the volume of the lady's voice. Security LED at the front, you can have that on or off just to let people know, I guess, that they're being recorded. Same with rear camera LED, time zone, daylight savings, type of speed you want to use, speed, stamp, and voice recording. And network functions, that's got to do with the cloud, setting it up so when you enable the cloud, it'll talk to the network and give you a strong impact notification while driving, upload driving impact video. So if you get in an accident, it can automatically upload the footage to the cloud. It's basically the settings there. Then you have dashcam info. It's basically you can go in and get how your GPS is doing, and version numbers, model names. This is the Q800 Pro. And then we got connection settings, Wi-Fi settings. You can set it up for different passwords. And then there's hotspot settings. I haven't set that up yet. And then we got file list. This is where it will show all the different videos that it's taken. So you can press those and then it'll play back the video for you. Yep, that was on a desk. Let's pick one where we actually got some footage going. There we go, there's some footage, so you could play that back, and you could also download it onto your smartphone. And we'll go back, say we've got a parking incident, so I just recently did this. I'll just play that incident. This is a time lapse. This caught motion detection of me walking in front of the rig there. So that's basically it. I still have to set it up to the cloud. I've tried setting it up to the cloud. You go and you have to set up a Wi-Fi hotspot. Disconnect that.
Disconnected from a smartphone.
And then you can set up a hotspot, but I haven't been able to. I've been able to set my hotspot up, but I haven't been able to get this camera to set up to the cloud. So I've put in a ticket to support to see what I'm doing wrong. And hopefully I can get that working before I come back. And then also you can take this card out of the dash cam itself and pull out a card here. Right here we got a network card.
Memory card ejected.
And then you can put that into your computer and you can play the video files right on your computer. And that's what you've been watching actually to the side, some of the footage that I've already taken with the dash cam. So there you go. That's a look at all the features of the Thinkware Q800 Pro dash cam. So I'll continue using it for a few weeks here. I want to test out thoroughly all its different features that it has and make sure they all work properly. Then I'll come back with my likes and dislikes and some more footage from the dash cam itself. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers, folks.